Ole Miss harasses him into a turnover. Here's Buffin with the step. Wow, that's rejected. Jordan Harris with the spike. And Hammonds gets an easy look on the other end.
Great pass by Edwards, Sonny. Best score in the SEC at all three levels. Yeah. This has been their issue. Transition D off a made field. Playing a team that is shooting as well. Georgia shooting over 56% in this game. You cannot have empty possessions with turnovers.
Wheeler finds Edwards. First bucket of the night came up. Wheeler 15 and 8 assists. Stolen away. Ty Fagan saves it on the sideline, and he will keep it out. No, he won't. Throw it in for the jam. Edwards gets the bucket. You just passed Tennessee great Allen Houston with this.
So here's Ty Fagan. You think you're going to pull it out. Fagan's a sophomore, and he gives it up to teammate Edwards. Edwards had a tough night.
His first basket.
Nice skip pass. Hyatt has had a lot of minutes, but does get in and will be productive when he gets them open.
There's Edwards, his first triple.
Edwards is a physical player. Yes, only a freshman, but he will use his body and shield you away. And Gresham got stuck small on big. Nice.
Edwards with the two-hand flush.
Terrific pass, good backdoor cut.
Point line. 15 for Mays in the first half.
Did not do a lot of that in his first couple of years in a Tiger uniform. Has improved his shooting, how to get shots off. Wow, wow, wow.
Edwards rising and finishing. Wow. College in Texas, big impact last year during LSU's run to the Sweet 16, and now with 13 points today.
He's now started the last 3 ball games and has given this LSU team energy on both sides of the floor.
There's the quickness that Edwards brings to the table. A number of Final Fours, so much success under head coach Dale Brown. John Brady took this LSU team to a Final Four back in 2006. LSU had the squad hit the links before the SEC tournament on Wednesday. There's Mays once more. I'm not quite sure how the weather in Columbia is.
Beautiful day, they said today.
Ah, okay.
I've already looked ahead.
Back cut. Keontae Johnson changes direction. And a trip down by Jordan Harris, a senior from down in Iron City, Georgia.
Great cut by Johnson off the ball. These are two of the better teams in the SEC and move. Goes to a little matchup zone. Completely took them out of their rhythm. Great comeback for the Gators.
Interesting.
Eddie O'Connellson.
Sorry, turned over. Anthony Edwards to steal. The lob. Wow! Jordan Harris went back to get it. He threw it down from the next.
Who is get it close? Jordan Harris right here. Good hands. Edwards, a guy that's got some point guard in his future. Just get it close. Kind of like you with me. If you could just get it close, tell me what game.
Comes up with it.
Going up. You can tell when he does that little shimmy. He's going to go up with it. Scouting report be damned.
To tonight's action, Florida had the chance to finish anywhere from the 2 seed to the 7 seed. Edwards gets downhill. Kind of an off-balance shot, but he banks it in.
This is a matchup zone. Georgia has to get somebody in that high post area.
Florida gets her hand on it. Here's Edwards. Great pass. And they beat the shot clock on the layup by Ty.
Doesn't take long for his talent to jump off the page, even though he has not had a great shooting night. That's one way to correct it.
That's why you come watch him.
That's one way to correct your shooting percentage.
What a fantastic atmosphere here in Athens.
This will bring all the stars out to see the Anthony Edwards show.
They're not going to guard Andrew Bailey out there. They're going to let him take that shot and try to protect inside out.
Little step back from the Ant-Man. Right over Jimmy Witt, who was all over him. There's Edwards. Guarded by Witt. Bounce pass inside to Kamara.
Expected this to be a high-scoring, high-possession game, and it's turned out to be that so far.
Well, we've gone a good 4 minutes straight without a whistle. Edwards, step back, got it.
So tough.
Georgia led this one 14-0.
And Mason Jones, the leading scorer in the SEC, is on the bench right now. He's 0 for 2 in the game. Anthony Edwards, the arc, are on the right side and the top of the floor.
Edwards with 7, looking for 10. Got it.
With range. Nice drag screen, right? You said, watch Edwards right here. Uses his body to create some separation. If he goes left, he loves to get back to the right. Even Jimmy Witt's wingspan, contested, still gives him vision to the rim, and then just playing off cue on the offensive end. He also can fill up the right side of the box score.
There's Crump. Edwards coming off a couple of screens on that baseline, dumps it out underneath, and oh, the little chippy by Brown, but he stays with it.
Look at Arkansas with that net ranking of 41, what you're talking about.
Edwards elevates and buries it.
I mean, they've really been working on his footwork. He goes 1-2 into his jumper. That's not a hop. Isaiah Joe's got face guarding responsibility in the corner. Oh, he didn't see Anthony Edwards. Oh, that's a huge mistake defense. Yap him. You can run 2 at him. But he does a great job moving without the ball right here. Isaiah Joe takes the pump fake because he's late on the closeout.
Hit the deck hard. He is slow to get up. No whistle. It's 5-on-4. Jones still back there holding on to his elbow. Edwards gets it to Crump. He'll fire for 3. Got it! Under a minute to go. 5-point game. Edwards all the way to the rim! Oh my goodness, the Ant-Man!
Watch this.
Road wins. I mean, they have some things to hang their resume hat on, and they had to do it the hard way because they had those early season hiccups in terms of a quadrant 3 loss and a quadrant 4 loss.
Edwards feeds Hammonds and a chance for 3.
Hiccups in terms of a quadrant 3 loss and a quadrant 4 loss.
Edwards
making the pass at the right
Hammonds
in the paint. That's a power move to the rim.
What did you term that a few weeks ago? Smash mouth basketball?
Smash mouth hoops. Josh Nebo style.
Wheeler outside to Edwards. The flick of the wrist and the 3 points are good.
He can score in a variety of ways. Impacts the game in a lot of ways.
Second steal for the Ant-Man in the flush. He's got 7. Wrote back on Sunday. Frank Martin sent him home, said, we can't be around you right now. He's from South Carolina, so that's exactly what he did. He went back to Hartsville. From the corner, there's his shot by Donnell Gresh. Triple that.
Carolina is just dominating block to block.
Wheeler. Smooth move, could not finish. Pops out to Edwards, who can. And it's all net.
Again, credit Ty Fagan. Kind of prides himself on not just ball movement, but body movement. All 5 guys moving. So there are too many guys standing. One guy's trying to create.
Edwards launches and connects, rattles that triple home. Team that you beat earlier in the season. At the time, it may have been a quad 2 win. That can change to a quad 1 if that team starts to win more games after you beat them. So in essence, if you're a fan of the Gamecocks, as Edwards connects inside.
Look in transition. That time Wheeler gives it up the right time. I'm not sure there was a foul there. That looked like a mystery foul.
Edwards has 18. He only had 16. The board over to recite
team
that
stats.
stat. That was impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah. Postseason for him for Professor Wise. Edwards hangs and scores another.
Be the bracket buster.
Bolden. Edwards lost the handle. And it pops to Peak. Dogs can tie it with a shot from bonus land. Edwards attacking. Up and in.
Boy, he glided right through the air. That
who have the ability to keep their eyes on the prize the whole time. Look the way he surveys, drives. Now watch his eyes right now. Look at him look that ball all the way back in with his head.
Alabama, Tennessee still outside looking in. According to our resident bracketologist, Joe Lunardi.
Ooh. Hello.
And then, by the way, after not calling it a foul, went to the monitor to see if it was going to be a flagrant one. Anthony Edwards with the jam. Are you kidding me?
Oh, man. Vice. Look out below.
All right, so question.
Yep, he's in the aisle.
He got the heels up.
Maybe he's wearing high heels, Richard. I don't know.
Think outside the restricted area. There may
be every night, night in and night out.
And yeah, Joe, the thing about Vanderbilt, especially this year, when you look at their results in SEC play, outside of last Saturday night, really almost every game they've been in it.
They fight, and that's a big tip of the cap to their head coach
building. So with the unique setup of the benches being on the end a few years ago, they extended the coach's box up the sideline, made it a whole lot easier for coaches to actually coach. Edwards, come fly with me. Look at this.
Little handoff. Nobody wanted any part of that.
Look, Joe, you Dessou from the corner.
That's his shot, Richard. Oh, nice pass. Oh,
lays it in with the left.
In this game. Little 2-3 zone by Georgia.
15-footer from Saban Lee rims out. He's made everything today. You expect that shot to fall. Saban Lee 10 of 14 from the field. Edwards deep three. Bottom. Shades of Maui for Anthony Edwards. Vanderbilt clinging to a 1-point lead with 12 minutes to play. Max Evans lets it fly too strong. Tipped around. And Georgia comes away.
I like the change to zone by Tom Crean.
Edwards all the way to the rim. Lays it up, and Georgia takes its first lead since 5-4.
Going towards Vanderbilt's basket.
He missed them both. It's tipped around. Georgia's got it loose. They're going to have a chance. Deep three at the corner. It's good! And Georgia wins it! Oh, Tyreek Crump for the win on the road. A heartbreaking loss for Vanderbilt. Last 3 free throws. Crump lets it fly. 0.8 of a second left. A dagger.
Wow, that thing was straight on the whole way. We didn't have a good angle being down low. 6:05, 3:2 go. But it was straight.
80-78 the final. Georgia wins it over Vanderbilt on the 30-footer from Tyreek Crump.
Like the play call out of the timeout. They got the big fella right to his strength. Unable to finish, but I like the fact that they're trying to go with Wiley early and explore that advantage.
Edwards downhill, a little circus move. First bucket of the
college basketball. He's wired to score. He can make plays. Underrated passer. He's just got to stay focused and don't settle. The things that we've all talked about throughout the course of his freshman campaign.
Edwards, step back three. Over the top of Austin Wiley. Georgia led this game by 7. Pardon me, they led it by 9. I forgot my abacus. Here's Edwards. Deep three.
He didn't forget his range. Wow.
Road wins. I mean, they have some things to hang their resume hat on, and they had to do it the hard way because they had those early season hiccups in terms of a quadrant 3 loss and a quadrant 4 loss.
Edwards feeds Hammonds and a chance for 3.
Hiccups in terms of a quadrant 3 loss and a quadrant 4 loss.
Edwards
making the pass at the right
Hammonds
in the paint. That's a power move to the rim.
What did you term that a few weeks ago? Smash mouth basketball?
Smash mouth hoops. Josh Nebo style.
Wheeler outside to Edwards. The flick of the wrist and the 3 points are good.
He can score in a variety of ways, impacts the game in a lot of ways.
Second steal for the Ant-Man in the flush. He's got 7. Wrote back on Sunday. Frank Martin sent him home, said, we can't be around you right now. He's from South Carolina, so that's exactly what he did. He went back to Hartsville. From the corner, there's a shot by Donnell Gresh, triple that.
Carolina is just dominating block to block.
Wheeler. Smooth move, could not finish. Pops out to Edwards, who can, and it's all net.
Again, credit Ty Fagan. Kind of prides himself on not just ball movement, but body movement. All 5 guys moving. See, there are too many guys standing. One guy's trying to create.
Edwards launches and connects, rattles that triple home. Team that you beat earlier in the season. At the time, it may have been a quad 2 win. That can change to a quad 1 if that team starts to win more games after you beat them. So in essence, if you're a fan of the Gamecocks, as Edwards connects inside.
Look in transition. That time Wheeler gives it up the right time. I'm not sure there was a foul there. That looked like a mystery foul.
Edwards has 18. He only had 16. The board over to recite
team
that
stats.
stat. That was impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah. Postseason for him, for Professor Wise. Edwards hangs and scores another.
Be the bracket buster.
Bolden. Edwards lost the handle. And it pops to Peak. Dogs can tie it with a shot from bonus land. Edwards attacking. Up and in. Boy, he glided right through the air. That
who have the ability to keep their eyes on the prize the whole time. Look the way he surveys, drives. Now watch his eyes right now. Look at him look that ball all the way back in with his head.
Alabama, Tennessee still outside looking in. According to our resident bracketologist, Joe Lunardi.
Ooh. Hello.
And then, by the way, after not calling it a foul, went to the monitor to see if it was going to be a flagrant 1. Anthony Edwards with the jam. Are you kidding me?
Oh, man. Vice. Look out below.
All right, so question.
Yep, he's in the eye.
He got the heels up.
Maybe he's wearing high heels, which you don't know.
Think outside the restricted area. There may
be every night, night in and night out.
And yeah, Joe, the thing about Vanderbilt, especially this year, when you look at their results in SEC play, outside of last Saturday night, really almost every game they've been in it.
They fight, and that's a big tip of the cap to their head coach
building. So with the unique setup of the benches being on the end a few years ago, they extended the coach's box up the sideline, made it a whole lot easier for coaches to actually coach. Edwards, come fly with me. Listen,
little handoff. Nobody wanted any part of that.
Look, Joe, you Dessou from the corner.
That's his shot, Richard. Oh, nice pass. Oh,
lays it in with the left.
In this game. Little 2-3 zone by Georgia.
15-footer from Saban Lee rims out. He's made everything today. You expect that shot to fall. Saban Lee 10 of 14 from the field. Edwards deep three. Bottom. Shades of Maui for Anthony Edwards. Vanderbilt clinging to a 1-point lead with 12 minutes to play. Max Evans lets it fly too strong. Tipped around. And Georgia comes away.
I like the change to zone by Tom Crean.
Edwards all the way to the rim. Lays it up, and Georgia takes its first lead since 5-4.
Going towards Vanderbilt's basket.
He missed them both. It's tipped around. Georgia's got it loose. They're going to have a chance. Deep three at the corner. It's good! And Georgia wins it! Oh, Tyree Crump for the win on the road. A heartbreaking loss for Vanderbilt. Last 3 free throws. Crump lets it fly. 0.8 of a second left. A dagger.
was straight on the whole way. We didn't have a good angle being down low. 6:05, but it was straight.
80-78 the final. Georgia wins it over Vanderbilt on the 30-footer from Tyreek Crump.
Like the play call, out of the timeout. They got the big fella right to his strength. Unable to finish, but I like the fact that they're trying to go with Wiley early and explore that advantage.
Edwards downhill, a little circus move. First bucket of the...
In college basketball, he's wired to score. He can make plays, underrated passer. He's just got to stay focused and don't settle, the things that we've all talked about throughout the course of his freshman campaign.
Edwards, step back three. Over the top of Austin Wiley. Georgia led this game by 7. Pardon me, they led it by 9. I forgot my averages. Here's Edwards. Deep three.
He didn't forget his range. Wow.
He was red-faced at both Flanagan and Wiley for not finishing that play. Edwards with the drive and the dump off, and a corner three goes for Jordan Harris. With a
Cambridge, been there, done that. You will not see them rattle despite this hostile environment.
Final Four team a year ago. Dowdy tried to wrap it, threw it away. Push out front to Anthony Edwards. Get it up. He gets it up and gets it in. First make for Georgia.
Unsuccessfully on that turnover, Georgia, which has been problematic. This is not problematic. The only offense for Auburn. You cannot allow the hot hand to beat you if you're Georgia.
I want to bring up one thing in terms of the blown leads. I'm reminded of the Dale Brown quote after LSU blew a 31-point lead to Rick Pitino's squad in 1994 against Kentucky. He said, Javon McCormick missed it at the rim. Anthony Edwards, coast to coast. Edwards is
defensively has not played extended minutes. A little carried away with that shot.
Edwards. Cold.
Special
game will have an immediate impact on the SEC race, and this guy making a name for himself.
This guy's a future NBA All-Star. Time freshman.
Makes it a 3-possession game. Javon McCormick forces the three. Edwards sends it into the first row. Wow.
He'd be fighting in the World Championship on Saturday.
Just avoids going into the backcourt. Shot clock at 7. And this is just fine with Texas A&M. Kick to the corner to Edwards, step back, jump shot, and that finally rattles down.
It's a thing of when that staff got let go and he joined Tom Crean's staff, well, he was able to flip them to the Bulldogs. Big pickup.
A&M, again, not efficient at all from three-point range and maybe taking too many. Efficient from the outside, indeed, and field 0.
I'd run about 3 straight plays for Edwards, even if it's ball screens where it could bring a double team, and just find out real quick if he's ready to take this game over or not. If not, got to start deferring.
He has been very quiet in the second half, but Ty.
Something to happen. Probably not the shot Frank wants from Levesque, who made a good pass last time down the floor.
Levesque will probably take a seat on the bench momentarily. Edwards, nice dime, dropped off that time.
And I don't know if they heard a whistle or what, they just stopped.
They just froze in time. Edwards pulls up. And that's what he does. By Lawson. Edwards. Ant-Man wants to make something happen. And does just that.
So Frank Martin told us.
That's a great point.
But their offense seems to be catching up also.
Hannibal has it rejected, had nowhere to go on that move. Wheeler to Edwards. Edwards,
oh, wow.
What a shot by Anthony Edwards. How did he do that? Like this one, not just a great three-point shooter, the hang time, the flip, the highlight.
Yeah, but he's a fabulous talent. And he might have been one of those guys that could have just gone high school to pro. It seemed to be a waste of his time when he was playing college ball. But that right there, that's fun to watch.
Kick outside to Reese, good stroke. That rattles in and out, battle for the rebound. Look at that play. Down inside by John Petty, battling, looking for the foul on the putback. Inside of 7:25, Edwards on the Euro step, spins it up and in.
He's got the threat. You watch now. He's got the threat to shoot the three. Alex Reese knows that, but he's got great ball handling skills. He's strong enough. He's got he do pull up for that mid-range. The elusive, the very rare mid-range pull-up by Alabama.
Petty now with 9 to lead all scorers, and he's matched up against Edwards. Remember, Alabama playing without their best defender.
From the free throw line.
Lewis now with a dozen on 5 of 9 shooting. Alabama shooting 54% so far in the first half, but only 2 of 11 from outside the arc. Wheeler again looking to draw some contact. Good no call. Offensive rebound back up and in by Edwards. Pull-up jump shot is rejected by Lewis. Still time on the shot clock. Wheeler. Really fortunate bounce and possession for Georgia.
Yeah. Back, Alabama's got to find the open shooter. I realized there's a broken play. That is a wide open, high percentage three.
Lewis right to the front of the rim. Rebound taken by Hammonds. Georgia looking to run. Look out below. Lays it up and in. The interest Alabama on the run out. Laid up and in by Lewis. Edwards. Couple of power dribbles, pull-up jump shot. Perfect on. He now has 18. Edwards, nice pass inside to Hammonds. Well, he's an unselfish superstar.
The floor as a passer. You have to play him as a passer first, force him to score oversized.
This guy's got size, he's got speed, he's got strength, and he's got a trip to the free throw line.
An athlete as a true freshman as I have ever seen in my time of observing college basketball. 6'5", about 220, powerful.
Johnson lost it on his way in. Must be contagious. No numbers. Edwards gonna pop. Got it. First bucket of the night, pardon me, first 3 of the night for Anthony. Man dumps it into Blackshear. 10 on the shot clock. Strong move.
Blackshear was calling for that the entire possession. Got it right at point-blank range, unable to finish.
Here he goes. Anthony Edwards starting to heat up, and when he does, he can take it. He's wearing red and black.
Sometimes those things come in threes. Well, you want to watch that senator race up north. It's already down.
Wheeler, beautiful dump, and a finish by Edwards. Where's Edwards?
I don't think he needed to fade necessarily because he does have a decisive size advantage right here. Good support by Noah Locke trying to shrink the floor on Anthony Edwards. Doesn't matter.
Edwards with a look to the Florida bench.
They continuously throughout this half.
Man, air ball with the shot clock winding down. Minute 10 to go. Edwards with a crossover.
Look at that explosion.
Into the paint.
Look at that explosion.
And he gets it. 18.
The #1 pick of the draft looks like Anthony Edwards is showing you. Open floor. Up. Under.
Good shooting night for Florida. Just 11 for 32.
Well, Johnson and Blackshear should be well rested. Wow. Wow. Doesn't matter. Wow. 20 minutes. Left off the bounce. They may want to sit on that left hand, force him to his right, see if he can be as effective going that direction.
Goes right. You just busted your scouting report. What's
just like that.
It's a name you'll remember for a long time.
Catch, jab, right.
Lamar Carey, Blackshear, preseason conference player of the year will take a seat. Here's Edwards. Less efficient this half, but trying to get back on track.
Wide. It's a great visual in practice.
Edwards pull-up jumper is good. Good. And the rebound to Kamara. Edwards buries it. He's got that 3 off the mark from Kamara, but a chance here. Hammonds kicks it back out to Wheeler. Already has 1 3, but here Georgia now attacking the offensive backboard. Edwards. Georgia had 3 looks at it, capped off by the end. There's your best offense.
There's that hang time.
A foul on the Bulldogs, but Edwards on the other end. This is why he's going to get paid a lot next year. Which I should put my phone away.
Thankfully, Dawn Staley was able to make that happen. That's really Coach Staley doing that because she understands what Buzz Williams wanted to do and why it was important.
Here's Wheeler.
Trailing to play, Edwards. Going to step right into one.
That is a deep three. Back the other way. Chandler just threw it away. Buzz Williams puts his head in his hands as Edwards heads to the basket. Count it. He will head to the free throw line.
On balance, he gets the tip, the deflection, the steal.
On the defensive end. There it is again, Edwards. He has a chance here in the open floor.
They enjoyed their first half of basketball, but they certainly have enjoyed their second half. Watch out. I think the whole band ducked on that one. Band behind the basket. You know, here's what happens to players like Anthony Edwards, right? When you get to the next level, yesterday, and one of the things he talked about was respect. And why it was important, especially with 100-plus lettermen here. And they certainly look like they played with a lot of respect for Georgia's tradition in the second half as well. I'm sure it was on their mind. Besides figuring out how to make a...
In Georgia basketball history.
Good chance of going number one, and the reason is he's just an outstanding player. 6'5", 225, physical, strong, and gifted skill-wise.
Does he settle for the three too much?
When you shoot like that, sometimes you do. Yeah. Same issues the last few ballgames. They'll be fine, and then you have a 3 or 4 minute stretch where you don't score. Trouble. But when you got a guy like this one,
transfer from Northeastern by way of St. Paul, Minnesota, comes up with the rebound.
Solid player. Such a young team. Grisham, the graduate transfer gives them a little veteran leadership.
Wow, and that is what is so tough about Anthony. I'm going to draw this comparison to Anthony Edwards. Just watching him just now. Did you see how high he got on that rebound?
I did, yeah.
So when Andrelton Simmons was with the Braves, I used to watch Andrelton Simmons play shortstop in every possession. Look at this slice.
It's so good.
And every time Andrelton Simmons nearly had the steal. Trey Jackson off the mark with the three. Here's Anthony Edwards. Nobody finds him, so a little dump and an assist to Edwards and a beautiful cut by Ty Fagan.
So simple, just bounce pass. But Edwards especially, been aggressive. Whether he's shooting the ball, going to the rim, or giving it to a teammate. Georgia on a play. Tom, rarely can guys carry the torch. Only certain people can carry the torch for an entire league. I was in the mid-'70s growing up, and I got out of high school in '79. Dr. J carried the torch for the NBA.
Yeah, and that start in the second half, he was sitting all the way at the end of the Missouri bench. Anthony Edwards high for the board, and quick springs like those pogo guys at the half to get it back up and in. 370. Terry Fair could fill it up, huh?
Yes, sir.
Edwards behind the back, steps through, left hand. Wow.
Level would be how to compete and win a game when it needs to be won, and it's not just yourself. Most of the time in high school, it's just yourself.
Tough move over Trey Jackson. 3 quarters, getting good in the fourth.
Yep.
Edwards has been quiet. Time to step up. He goes right down the lane.
So when he goes left on this bounce, I thought he was going to pull up. Man.
That pass is nearly an impossibility. Edwards ahead of the pack, rise and fire. He got it. Georgia regains the lead. Edwards with 11.
On the whole, I mean, you've got to have every kind of shot in the book, Anthony. Edwards rises up, and you can tell he
do that and lock that anchor spot down for Cal. Hammonds will stay on the floor with 3 fouls. Edwards, tough jump shot. Oh, he gets one off the window.
So find the shooters, namely Donnell Grisham and Anthony Edwards.
Now they're in one now. Edwards has it and fires from the wing. Got it! Where'd it come from? I'm telling you, that is his backer with the basketball with that body. He can just go right up. He's so quick to the rim. But that kind of formula, yeah, it keeps your form good all the way through, and this kid's got it.
Tough shot from the free throw line. Anthony Edwards starting to warm up now with 9 all in the second half and a 3.
As we've seen in college ball, a long time. Long time.
Edwards pushed off of Richards, and this one's getting a little chippy.
To guard him, and he is one of the best defensive players in the SEC.
It's quite an assignment. Edwards goes for nearly 19 a game, highest scoring freshman in the country. Little space, and he knocks down the 3. Green is right there with Musselman. Elite coaches in the SEC, for sure.
And I think it goes back to the late Mike Slive and now Greg Sankey, the commissioner. They really made an effort. How about that?
Of 7 now from downtown. Edwards. Watch him go to work. He wants another 3.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Two guys are going to hook up a lot the next couple of years. Watch this.
Edwards!
He's showing you that can be a tremendous defender when he locks in.
Another steal. That's the 5th Georgia steal. Crump gives it to Edwards. Rises for 3.
Eventually, he's going to grow up and get stronger. See, right now, neither team taking advantage of turnovers.
That's kind of been the story for Tennessee. He's had some chances to force steals, hasn't really converted. Okay, impute the first overall pick. Is it safe yet to say I'm taking Anthony Edwards?
No, it's not. Again, this is not that year like we had a year ago. You know.
Oh, get back to your ball!
8 on the shot clock. I like the post up of Anthony Edwards, and that's why right there, Ravi. So many things. Well, Auburn's really good with hot hands on those ball screens. That's what I want to see more of.
The end of February when they take on Nevada.
Yeah, absolutely.
Georgia's made 1 field goal here in the second half. Good bounce pass, and that'll get him.
He's the most valuable guy to his team of anyone in the league because he's the only point guard that Bruce Pearl really has. Bruce's backup point guard is his starting 2 guard. McCormick has really stepped up, Ravi, in that point guard slot.
Finally, Edwards rattled. Edwards, boy, that looked like 4 steps, but he got away with it. And one of the 9 freshmen that are on the Georgia Bulldogs team.
So Tyreek Crump made a great cut to the basket. Didn't get
5 tomorrow.
Cannot jump with Kentucky. You have to turn and box.
Tough shot. Uh-oh, Edwards 5 to. They've outscored Kentucky's 15-3.
Little horn set, and they're running it high. Great cut.
Boy, have they skied today.
Georgia just spent too much time with the ball and not enough with him on the switch.
Edwards.
But Sestina on the switch got put in the popcorn machine, and Edwards with the little step back went straight up and shot the ball on the way up.
Nick Richards there to pull him within 1.
Yeah, they called goaltending, went in anyway.
Yeah.
Good pass.
Good pass there from Edwards and a flush. No foul call.
5 guys on the defensive glass. I mean, really, there are 2 parts of the possession. There's the defensive part. When the shot goes up, then the fight begins.
How about that strength?
There's an offense
that you seem to like the best, those guys that are on that graphic.
Yeah, this is a terrific lineup out there from ability to score and what a finish. Mike, probably the most important player that Bruce Pearl has. Reversal.
He's got 2 away from matching their output from last year, and Anthony Hardaway. What a start for him. Year 2 here in Memphis. Right off the tip. The Bulldogs comes with Shua. Another turnover. Edwards ahead of the field. Can handle it from Tom Crean's Bulldogs.
And we thought that would be the case. And this young Bulldogs team, and here comes Edwards.
Edwards from deep.
Well, that was a case where Ball, I think his coaches wanted him to drive it, and he settled.
65 seconds. Wheeler.
Alongside freshman Rodney Howard. It's the only thing they're missing right now.
Yeah, they're going to play a lot, Tom. They're going to play a lot of 5 out, though. Constant movement, constant motion, cutting with a purpose, trying to create angle. I don't know if it's taught or not, but it was effective. I thought it was effective. Threw it over the top. whatever you got to do to get it done, because that guy right there, he knows.
Since 75 in 33 in the second half. Here he is from deep. And he sneakers. I like this color of the fur on the Grinch, which nice of you to take off your uniform before you sat down tonight. From the wing, it's good.
Think about Ike Smith, man. Been there, done that. Fifth-year senior. Certainly not fazed by this crowd, and physically he is built like an SEC player.
Wow. Up and over.
Hustle by Wheeler keeps another possession alive for Georgia. Ball has not reached the inside. Now it does off penetration. You've broken down the defense. Leads to back-to-back dunks for Georgia Southern.
Wheeler, beautiful dish and a jam. Edwards can't hit, and Edwards with the board.
This is where he's special. Just has the ability to get wherever he wants. Off defensive intensity, and it's led to this.
Wow. Edwards again. The run. And then they give it up. 3-on-1. Where's Edwards? There he is.
This kid here has a lot in his stocking, Tom Harden. So explosive.
Up 2. Lost in overtime, but I mean, I'm over that.
Here's Edwards, a fantastic freshman.
Great pass.
Wow, and another high percentage look.
What an impressive finish to this game for the Georgia Bulldogs.
They need a double overtime to get past SMU last time out. Edwards whips it around and in.
To attack, it's just the decision making that's got to get a lot better. Edwards with another switch, got the big guy on.
Tyree Crump, that's what.
Trying to isolate Hammonds on that block, just to give them another look, because it can't be Anthony Edwards trying to just play off him the entire time.
Edwards on the drive, gets it up, and he missed the 3. Now Wheeler going the other way, lays it off. Edwards hangs and gets the roll. He's a little comfortable on that.
Great pass.
Edwards gives it off. How about the jam by Kamar?
Back-to-back rebounds for Fagan. Something that we talked SMU had been able to make a living on the offensive glass in the first half. Coach Crane making it clear. Great job. That's what we're talking about, Anthony. The ability to play defense without foul. It's an art. It's something you have to learn. Another backdoor cut by Anthony Edwards. Explosive.
3.5 to play. Tied at 79.
See Anthony Edwards now underneath the hoop.
Shot clock winding down. Wheeler kicks it to the corner. Edwards let it fly. Dead center.
Move the three-point arc out to the FIBA range. And I know you're a fan of that.
You like it? Yes, I do, but you're not going to complain. Throw it down big time.
Here's Watts.
Throw it down big man.
Missed the jam. Georgia in transition. Can they get a fast break basket? They do with Edwards. Just in tonight on ESPN, Dayton, Virginia Tech, as Edwards hits a 3. So 2.
Bottom part of the bracket there, the 2-3 bracket. Wow. Anthony Grant and Mike
Shooter, about 40%, knocks that one down. Here's Edwards trying to answer off the dribble. He's heating up. He's
oh my gosh.
The Georgia crowd start. Look at Edwards calling. He called off one screen. Now he's going to take a deep 3. And hit it! Edwards turnaround jumper. Wow. Brown can't get the 3. Edwards the rebound.
Push the ball. Come on.
He's going to pull up and take a 3 and hit it. It is the Anthony Edwards show. And another turnover by Michigan State.
It's the first time I've ever seen him play.
Here's Edwards in transition. Gets off a 3. Buries it. He can't miss. Georgia.
Anthony, push the ball.
Edwards. Great pass ahead to Hammonds. What a look by Edwards. All. Team down 7. They've been as close as 2. Edwards step back 3. Buries another one. He's cut 32.
Is that an instrument? Is that a car? It's beautiful.
Edwards has 37-33 in the second half.
Top 5 recruiting class this year. The headliner, the guy with the ball right now, and Edwards, but a lot of very young, talented players. Long jumper, one and done. But you know what? Getting a guy like Edwards might get you another guy next year or a couple of years down the road, and the other freshmen look like they're in Athens for a while. Over the top.